Welcome back. Today on Real Reviews, we're going to be taking a look at the Samsung ST50F, which is very close in specs to the brand new Party Box 330 that was just released. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing out of the box and see how good it is. Here we go. Notice before first use, please charge power to wake up the battery. I don't know. To wake up the battery. I don't know if that's good or that's scary or what. That sounds pretty weird though. Okay, so what do we got here? We have a simple user's guide. This for those that are simple out there, the simple user's guide. I don't know where the complex user's guide is. I don't see it. So we got the simple user's guide. We have the power cable right here. No 90-degree end on it like the JBLs usually do. This is more like the Sony one. It's kind of like just a straight through. And we have our speaker. Let's go ahead and flip this thing over. Auto unboxing time. Boom. So if you're wondering which one's the top or which one's the bottom, the top actually says top. So that makes it easy. So we have an arrow right here that's pointing. I would figure that would be the front, but it's actually the side. So it is a little weird the way they have this box set up. Let's go ahead and get this thing out of here. And the bag is closed. Pick it up by the handle. Here we go. You ready? Ta-da! I don't know. I mean, first impressions of it I don't know. I'm really not liking my first impressions of it. It feels it seems kind of like cheesy just looking at this top panel. I mean, it doesn't feel bad. Like these feel really tight, like really good. Buttons feel okay. I don't know. It just gives me like a cheesy feeling when I'm first looking at it. The handle feels kind of cheesy. Just doesn't feel quite the same as the JBLs that I'm used to. I guess it doesn't look horrible. Grill feels okay. See what else we got here. Sides of it. Oh, it has pads on the sides. So it's kind of cool. So you can lay it on the sides. Both sides have pads. Got some nice wheels here. Back of the speaker, we have our back compartment. Get into that in a bit. We got our battery. Nice big base port. Spot to plug in our power cable. So this is everything that comes inside of the package. You have your power cable. You have your simple startup guide or simple user guide. Just some really basic information, getting your speaker connected. How do you plug in your device? How do you connect it to your phone? Just real basic stuff there, nothing too special. And now this is the thing that I'm really wondering about right here. This part right here. Before first use, please charge power to wake up the battery. So what exactly does that mean? And will this thing even turn on if I don't plug it in? So let's go ahead and try. Where's the power button? Power button is right here. And now we're going to find out if this is a press one-time power button or if this is some type of like hold power button. So here we go. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Nothing. Let's try to hold it. Nothing. So you actually have to plug it in to wake up the battery. All right. So let's go ahead and plug it in. This cable is super short. Wow. That's like literally the shortest cable ever. Look at that. It's like 3.5 feet long. That's so tiny. It's like half the size of the JBL cables. Then we'll go ahead and plug this bad boy in. See what happens. So once I plugged it in, the power light begins flashing. And I guess we can go ahead and power it on. Hopefully the battery mode works. So I'm just wondering. Now if I unplug it first, will the battery work? Let's go ahead and plug it out. I'm just curious to see what happens here. Okay, so can I turn it on now? I can. Okay. There you go. Look, it's coming on. I guess it's pretty cool. So basically, when you get this speaker, you do have to plug it in one time and just leave it for a couple seconds, I guess, and then you're able to power it on. But before that, the power button will not work. It is a press button. It's not a hold button. So that is a good sign, at least for the beginning here. We don't need to really charge it right this second. I'll leave it without charging. So here we go. I don't know. Doesn't look too bad. How's that thing look? This kind of reminds me of the Tronsmart Halo 300 as far as like the initial build quality, like what I'm first looking at here. First time I'm looking at it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get this thing connected to Bluetooth. It's going to show up in your device as AV Sound Tower 50F. So let's go ahead and get connected to it. Okay, it's a little connection sound. Totally different than all the JBL sounds. I mean, what you would expect because this is Samsung, even though they actually own JBL. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it has to be different because it is a different company. So there we go. We are connected. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a speaker tour. Taking a look at the speaker, starting with the front, we have 2 1-inch dome tweeters, followed by 2 6.5-inch woofers with color-changing LED lighting everywhere, including under the handle, as well as all around the front panel. Plus, it also has color changing LED strobes at the top, the center, and the bottom. Over onto the right hand side of the speaker, not much to see here, except it does have two pads on the side. However, these pads are not rubberized, they're more of a hard, slippery plastic, so they're not really useful for laying it down on any type of hard floors, but you may be able to use it on the carpet if you're going to use this speaker as a soundbar for your TV. To the left side of the speaker, it's identical to the right side. On the rear of the speaker, you'll notice we have two separate handles there, which we will take a look at in just a moment. Right underneath that, we have our back panel. And opening up the back panel, we have our TWS button for connecting two speakers together in true wireless stereo, followed by our Auracast button, or Samsung's version of Auracast, which allows you to connect with up to 10 other Sound Tower speakers. Our mic/guitar switch. So if you're going to be using guitar, it will be on the left. If you're going to use your mic, it'll be on the right. Our 3.5mm aux in, 1/4" mic jack, some RCAs for connecting external devices like a DJ board or for daisy chaining between speakers. We also have our 1/4" mic/guitar jack. And finally, our USB-A port for charging devices or playback of media via a thumb drive. The panel is IPX4 rated for a nice seal. And right under that, we have our battery compartment. Just push down on the little button here, and there's your battery. Very easy to take it out and replace. It says Samsung on it. That's what it looks like. Super easy to reinstall it. And yes, you can use the speaker without the battery if you so choose. And this back door does have a nice IPX4 seal. Go ahead and close it up for some nice waterproofing. Underneath the battery compartment, we have our base port. See if we can see anything in there. Kind of just curves up. It looks really nice and sealed. No crack in the middle like I've seen on some of the JBL ones. And there is some good bass response coming out of there as well. And right under that, we have our 12-volt adapter port for charging your speaker. Nice IPX4 seal there as well. And finally, here at the bottom, we have our rugged looking wheels. They are pretty cool. They have some treads on them. They feel pretty rugged and sturdy and ready for any type of terrain. Onto the top panel, you can see we have our handle there, followed by a spot to place your device, whether a tablet or a phone. However, it's not that wide, so I'm really not sure what you're going to be able to fit in there. We have our bass boost button, which gives you 3 modes: punchy, deep, and we have gentle. I believe punchy is the best for deep bass as well as for punchy bass. However, it does not illuminate to indicate what mode you're on, but the front panel does, and I will show you that in just a moment. We have our mic volume and echo, as well as our mic/guitar volume and echo controls. Those do not light up or have any indication as to what your level is. To the right of that, we have our power button, our Bluetooth button, as well as some indicator lights for your different modes here. So you go ahead and press your mode button to switch between them. So we have Bluetooth, USB, aux 1, aux 2. And now if you notice, the mode button actually lights up when you're pressing it, but then it just turns off when you're done. The same thing for the lighting button. It will light up as you press it, but then it's just off. Same thing for the play pause button, as well as the sound effect mode button. Now, the way that this works is you basically dial in your sound effect like this.
What are you? 3. Okay, let's go!
Anyhow, and then you press it when you want to use it.
Okay, let's go!
So I don't really know how useful that is. It's just pretty much gimmicky. But I do want to show you the way that the lighting button works and the bass mode button works. So let's go ahead and take a look right here. So if we go ahead and press the lighting button, you can see it kind of flashes there on the front panel. So if you're playing at a party or something, you can kind of get people's attention by pressing the button. And you can also just turn it to go between different lighting modes. And as far as the bass boost mode goes, if you press the button, punchy, deep, gentle, off. So that's pretty much how those buttons work, and about it for the top panel. And onto the bottom of the speaker, we have 4 rubberized feet to keep it in place when you place it down. Helps it from sliding around. We also have a nice handle here. When combined with the top handle, allows you to be able to easily lift the speaker. So you just basically grab this handle here, grab the other handle at the top. Makes it really easy to pick it up and maneuver it. Then over here onto the handles, let's go ahead and take a look. We have this one top handle here, which allows you to kind of like move it around and maneuver it. It does kind of creak. Maybe you can hear that. So I'm not really sure how strong that is. Then we have our other extendable handle, or telescopic handle here. This is also kind of really not that strong. It doesn't even feel as good as the one on the 330, and definitely not as good as the one on the 320, but it is usable. It's really easy to move the speaker around. The wheels are nice. They move around really easily, and the wheels are pretty cool looking, and they do have some nice treads on them. It look like you can pretty much roll them over anything. So I kind of like the wheels on this a lot. However, it's really not that easy to get back into a corner. As you can see right here, they kind of drag because they're sticking up in the air. So the wheels are good, except if they were closer to the floor, I think it'd be easier to get it into a corner, but they do work just fine. And the handles are also, I guess, okay. Let's see, can it lock into different positions? It can. It's definitely not as good as the new 330 handle, I can tell you that right now. But it does lock into position. It does seem to work fairly decent. Taking a look here inside the Samsung Sound Tower app. See, we have our AV Sound Tower 50F. It is connected. Go ahead and click on it. What are these little dots here? Let's see. Disconnect, unpair. Right, we'll go ahead and click on a speaker. Here we are. There's a speaker there at the top. It doesn't allow you to move it around like some of them do. And we also have all of our different lighting modes. So we have chill, focus, festival, energetic, delight. It's like the color here doesn't correspond with the color on the speaker at all. And that's pretty much it. So there's lighting mode. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lighting modes. So you click on any of the lighting modes, it allows you to select the pattern. So instead of having a random mode, I guess in here you can just go ahead and select whatever mode you want. And if you have them all selected, then it's pretty much just going to be the equivalent of a random mode is what I'm assuming. Not 100% sure on that. Then you also have custom colors. So you can set it to any one of these colors that you want. So it looks like it has a color wheel, but there's no way to actually choose a color besides just these colors that are here. But it is kind of cool because it changes right there on the little speaker icon or speaker graphic there. So we'll just leave it on all the colors. And we have beat sync. So that is cool as well because beat sync is separate from the different lighting modes because normally on these speakers, they don't all go with the beat. So some lighting modes will go with the beat and other ones won't. But I guess this beat sync function allows all of the different lighting modes to go to the beat. So I guess that's pretty cool. Go ahead and click on done. If you wanted to reset it, you can click on reset. And let's see, what if we click reset? What do we get? Okay, so it clears all of them out besides flow. I don't know. I want to have them all on for whatever reason, just to see if that works any better. Leave it like that. And then we have DJ booth. This is basically the same as the JBL Effects Lab, all kinds of different sounds like air horn, whistle, cheer, jeer. Okay, siren, clap, rewind, cool, scratch. All right, no way.
No way!
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's go!
I kind of thought the 3, 2, 1 and the okay, let's go can kind of pair together, but they're not even close. All right, so audio ducking, what does that even mean? I'm not even sure what that means. And beat flash, so that's kind of cool. Okay, so it looks like audio ducking, it actually lowers the volume. So if you wanted to like talk over it or something, you can press that button, it lowers the volume of the audio. All right, then we have boost mode. Whoa, okay, I don't know about that. Okay, and then underneath that, we have this off button. Let's see if we click on that. We have flanger, vibrato, tremolo, phaser, and off. So let's just play a track here and see what that exactly does. Whoa. If you really want to mess around with that, like you're DJing or something like that, or you want to act like you're a DJ, I guess you can use that. That's kind of cool, I guess. Right next to DJ booth, we have karaoke. Go ahead and click on that. And what do we have here? So we have vocal removal. If a song was playing, we could take the vocals out. Let's go ahead and try that real quick. Yeah, that doesn't really work that great. See what else we got here. We have volume, echo, bass, and treble. So you actually do have bass and treble for your mic 1 port there. It is kind of nice if you wanted to adjust those settings. And that's pretty much it for the karaoke feature. We have sound mode. So standard, wide, stadium, and outdoor. So that kind of changes the sound mode. And I guess we could just go ahead and try that too. Why not? guess it does make a little bit of a difference in the sound. Then we have this 7-band equalizer. We have balance, smooth, clear, treble boost, and custom. Go ahead and just click on any one of these to swap it. And you can actually change the mode, but it doesn't look like you can save it. So I guess if you do it and you go out, is it saved? Not really sure. Okay, it did stay. So if you click on custom, it goes back to your custom, and it is no reset. So if you did something there, custom, and just like stays, you'd have to kind of just like, I guess, try to get it back. It does snap back in, so I guess it's not too bad. Go back to balanced. And then we have bass mode. You see here it says normal at the top. So I think the way that the bass mode works is normal is just off. So there is no bass mode. And then you have punchy, deep, and gentle. But punchy is really going to be deep. Punchy is where all the bass really is. I mean, deep, it kind of just like takes some of the bass away. And then gentle, like most of the bass is gone. And then normal, it's just like, I don't really know. Not enough bass for me. Okay, out of that one. So for this group play settings here, it says enjoy group play by connecting other Sound Tower devices. So I guess that's kind of like an Auracast type of function. And then the stereo settings right here is if you want to connect two speakers together in true wireless stereo. And they do have to be compatible models, probably the same model would make sense. And besides that, what else do we have here? Connect device, device settings, information. So we'll go to device settings. We have auto power off, which is on. We have Bluetooth power on, light, sound feedback, reset app settings, or reset device. So if you did something crazy in your app, you can go ahead and reset it completely. Reset device, you can actually reset it. If something is weird with it or you're having a problem, you probably just go ahead and reset it right there to hopefully fix it. And let's see what else we have under there. And then we have information. And that just shows the model name, the app version, whatever the SoC version is, Bluetooth version. And there is no like I guess a serial number, anything. It doesn't show up here. So that's pretty much it for the Sound Tower app. I just wanted to show you what the lighting on the speaker looks like while playing some music in a darkened room. So go ahead and hit it, DJ.
Memories might fade, years may drift away. Everything is temporary in its own kind of way. But the feeling you give me is the part that remains. A magical connection that flows through my veins. Beyond the rain, you are my reason to enjoy every season. In your smile I find a love that's pure beyond any reason.
Taking a look at the specifications for the Samsung Sound Tower MX-ST50F. Starting with audio, we have two 1-inch dome tweeters, two 6.5-inch woofers, 240 watts RMS on AC power, dropping all the way down to just 90 watts RMS on battery. So it is kind of strange there how far it drops, and it is a huge difference, which we will check out when we do the sound test. The frequency response is not specified, but it does sound like it has some pretty deep frequencies in there. It comes in at 40.5 pounds with dimensions of 29 inches tall by 13.9 inches wide by 14.4 inches deep. Charge time is approximately 3.5 hours when powered off, which gives you a playtime of up to 18 hours. However, that is with the lights off and with a volume level of only 12 to 13, which is just very, very low. And I can't really see anybody using it at that volume level. So what your playtime is going to be is going to completely vary upon how loud you're playing the speaker. And it will be most likely drastically less than 18 hours. Connections it has are Bluetooth 5.4, Auracast. However, this version of Auracast only allows you to connect with other Sound Tower speakers. It also has a USB-A port for charging devices or playback of audio via a thumb drive, a 3.5mm aux input for connecting external devices, a 1/4-inch mic jack, 1/4-inch mic/guitar jack, as well as RCA in and out. The app used is the Samsung Sound Tower app. It does have an IPX4 splash-proof rating, which means light splashing or light rain. It also includes karaoke vocal removal, telescopic handle, removable and replaceable battery, waveguide, which means the tweeters are angled out a bit, so it kind of helps you to fill the room a little bit better, and 3 bass modes. Current price at the time of filming is $499 US. Now we're going to play a few tracks for you guys so you can see what this speaker sounds like. It's going to be playing at 60% volume with the punchy bass mode selected, as I believe that gives you the deepest and loudest bass. We're also going to be alternating between AC and battery because it does get quite the boost on AC power. That's 240 watts RMS versus just 90. Please just sit back and enjoy the music.
light, 'cause they move from the light. Am I even real? Even real? Everywhere I look, I'm starting to feel time is eating me alive, me alive. Drowning in the light, who am I? Time is eating me. Keep dreaming, but my dreams keep flying away. A song we're far beyond. Keep chasing them and I never rest for a day. It's something I don't do. I feel the wind blowing my face, but that's alright. I smile at people passing by. Some smile back, some might not. I'm always looking for a shade when it's hot. I've been low key and I'm trying to stop. Got down feeling good. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's half past 4. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. Yeah, but when off I go. Pretty afternoon, it's half past 4. Looking at the skyline, looking back at my life, and I gotta say it's one of a kind. There's a beauty in the way you're worn, and the sharpness of your thorns. So vibrant in the imperfections. In the pain, there's something real. All that anger so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel. Just let me hold that severed world. The pieces feel so cold. All the tears won't bring it back to life. But hate will always grow.
So for my final thoughts on the Samsung MX-ST50F, the first thing I want to tell you is that if you get your speaker, you definitely have to plug it in for the first time or the battery won't work. It won't even power on at all. And even when it does power on, it may still sound really bad. And what I found is that there's something weird as far as like when you unplug it or when you plug it in, it doesn't quite know every single time, like if it's on battery or if it's on AC. So we were playing a song on AC power. When we disconnected the power from it, it didn't quite realize it was on battery yet. And it still sounded like it was on AC. And then all of a sudden it just like faded out like really quickly. It was really weird. I'll put it on right now so you can hear what I'm talking about. All right, now that you heard that, kind of gives you a better idea of what I'm trying to explain here. But so it doesn't quite like switch back and forward right away all the time. So that's something to be concerned about. And also when you first, plug it in, it may not switch. You might think the speaker sounds really bad. And I mean, it doesn't sound great. I'm not going to say it sounds great, but it also doesn't sound really bad. It definitely has bass, but it isn't like JBL quality sound. It doesn't really have, the JBL type of sound signature. And next week, we will be comparing it to the 330 just so you guys can see the difference. Build quality is good. Sound quality is overall decent. Bass, it definitely has some bass to it. It's not just, like incredible or anything like that, but there is bass. But the biggest issue here is that when you unplug the speaker, like everything is gone. The bass is gone. The sound quality is gone. It goes from like sounding like it's, 60 or 70% volume down to like it's about 30% volume just from unplugging it. So as far as this being battery powered and portable, yeah, it's portable, but you definitely want to bring your cord with you everywhere you go because you're going to want to have it plugged in so it can sound the best. The other thing is going to be the price point. This thing coming in at $499 currently, and it had gone for as much as $699. I would not pay that much for this speaker. I would go out and get something better, like a 710 probably, or at least a 330, or maybe even just save up a little bit more and get yourself a 520, because there's no way this speaker is worth $500, $600, or $700. The other thing I did want to mention is that these pads here on the sides, they just don't really work as pads to lay the speaker down. And I'll just show you what I'm talking about real quick. So we take the speaker and we put it on the side on these pads. It just slides all over the place. It doesn't like keep it in place. So that's not going to be like something useful if you're going to want to try to use this as a soundbar for your TV. You can't just put it on any floor. You would have to actually place it on a carpet or on another pad so it's not like moving all over the place. Besides that, it is what it is. This is the MX-ST50F from Samsung. And if you are interested in picking it up, I will have a link in the description where you'll be able to get it from. And if you would like to show your support, please be sure to use my links since anything you purchase does generate a small revenue for the channel. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell button so you never miss another video on Real Reviews. See you guys next time.